once he joins, you can start recording, okay? Hey, Shola, are you there?
Why not you start recording now? Hi, good morning. Okay, sir. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, very good morning. How are you?
I'm fine.
You can continue the class.
How was your weekend today?
Oh, is he going to join now? Okay, perfect. Yeah, we'll carry on. Shola.
Yeah.
So I hope you got a chance to go through with this testing terms.
The testing what?
Did I share this testing document with you?
No, not yet. You only asked us to do the class diagram.
Class diagrams, we are done with that, right? So I'm supposed to send this testing document to you. Okay, we'll work on that.
You have not sent it.
Okay, fine. Just give me 2 minutes. Let me check whether I've shared it with you or not. Oh yeah, I've not shared with you, right? Not even class diagrams?
No. In fact, you've not shared the sequence diagram, the collaboration diagram, all those documents, you've not shared it with us.
Okay, just list out everything. I'm going to do it now, right now.
Please do.
Or else again it will be a pending task for me. Just 2 minutes, okay?
Yeah. You are owing us a lot of documents.
Okay.
And were you able to go through my interview?
Yes. I'll talk about that. Yes, I got a chance to go through with your interview details. Okay, we'll talk about that.
Thank you.
I'm sharing the details with you. Okay, just give me 2 minutes so that I won't forget it again.
Thanks. Quickly do it. There's a lot to share with me.
What's that?
No, me too, a lot of things. And you don't know about me. So why you reduce over now?
I'm going to share class, activity, and sequence, collaboration. Anything else?
That's good. Activities, class, sequence, collaboration, yeah. Then, you know, the other time that we did the SRS, you actually used one SRS for ATM, which was so detailed. I asked you to share it as well.
You mean to say the PDF format?
No, the SRS for ATM. You have it, the document. You just,
Okay, okay. ATM requirement document, not SRS, right?
oh, you think it's a requirement of, I think it was SRS.
Oh, no, 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 no. It's a requirement document. Anyways, I'm going to share that too.
So do you have SRS for ATM?
I don't have that, but it's a simple thing. You can get it from Google also. If not, let me know. I'll find it.
Okay, okay. So you mean if I just put SRS for ATM, I can get it from Google?
Yes, SRS for ATM PDF.
PDF.
Yeah, to be more specific, mention that as PDF, okay?
Okay. So if I start a job now, if they ask me to come up with any project, I can just quickly go to Google and do that?
Sorry, repeat that.
I say if I get a job right now,
Huh?
and they ask me to come up with a document,
Hmm?
I can just go to Google and type it like maybe I get a job for e-commerce.
No. That's not possible. You won't be getting which you have. I mean, ATM is a very simple thing, right? Maybe you can get the related things, not the customized version, which even your client is not sure what you're supposed to work on, right?
Yeah.
It's not that simple.
I'm thinking that, wow, that makes the job very simple.
No, ATM is a pretty simple thing.
Okay. So that's why many people will have posted something on it here.
But I hate that example. I don't want to use that. It's a very simple thing. Of course, to get the points, it's important. To know the concept, it's important. But I don't think for everything relating that with ATM, getting the examples of ATM, I don't like that.
What do you mean by PFAs in your email?
Sorry?
You said PFA. What does that mean?
Oh, please find the attachment.
Okay, please find the attachment. Okay, so this is a general acronym, like for your
Exactly,
information.
yeah, the
Oh,
professional acronyms, and along with that, mm, EOM is end of the message.
oh, can you just do me an email? POM or end of EOM. EOM, end of the message.
Yeah, EOM is end of the message.
Okay, I know EOM.
Usually, you leave your message in a subject, and if you mention EOM, it won't drop.
Oh,
Sorry?
okay. I know EOD, end of the day.
Yeah, end of the day operations.
Yeah, you get it under operational, end of the operations. Yeah. Okay.
Look at my screen. I hope you're able to see this testing document, right? Yes, Shola?
Yeah.
Okay, you remember in the initial sessions I have given you some terms, BA terms, which we use in our day-to-day life.
Yes.
Are you done with those terms?
Yeah, those common terms you asked me to do, like I know in testing we will have to do something like boundary value analysis, BVA.
Hmm? Hmm?
Yeah, yeah, I know that.
Okay, I'm talking about that terms. But anyways, to start with, see, all the testing related concepts. See, BA is not much involved in detailed testing. It is just the high level thing. And obviously, once test engineers are done with their part of test cases and testing document, as a BA, we need to review it. Okay, if at all, if there are errors related to requirement, I mean, if we are facing errors at the errors or bugs at the requirements level, then we will involved to review that. Okay. So look at this. I came up with some 18 types of testings. Okay. I have properly given the details. I mean, I've explained each and everything in detail. I
Yeah.
thought I've shared this document with you. I was showing this document in a previous session, right?
I'm just saying it for the first time.
Oh, is it? Okay, fine. No problem. Hi, Zubair. How are you?
Hi, Shuni, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. You're still busy?
Me, no, I just came back from office just 5 minutes back.
Oh, that's good. No, I haven't received any documents from you.
Yeah, actually, just give me some time. Actually, what happened? My joining date got preponed. It was first of
Oh,
Feb. And now it is 24th of Jan. So the thing is, like, I'm
oh,
trying to get a few days leave from my employer, so that's the reason I went on Friday and Saturday to office, so I can compensate.
okay. So you are
Yeah.
in hot seat now.
Uh, yeah, probably on a hot seat. Yeah, please just give me some more time. I'll surely forward the documents.
Okay. No. That's to make sure that you are on the flow.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I'm finding it difficult now because I have to practice, because without practicing, it's difficult for me to also, go and
Manage
give.
once you get into job.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. So for that only, I would feedback on my documents, whatever I do. But for sure, I'll give you in a day or two. Yeah. Today I'll forward you the use case document and my high level requirements today, and then after that
Hmm.
we can take a further other documents.
Okay, sure. Yeah. So I'm starting with testing today. So again, as I said, BAs are not much involved in detailed testing. So first I want to have knowledge on these 18 types of testing. I've provided complete definition, and wherever required I've given some scenarios for examples also. Just go through with these things. And then there's something called STLC, Software Testing Life Cycle, much more similar to SDLC, Software Development Life Cycle. It is also having 6 different phases. I've explained each of them in detail. Okay, just have a glance on all these things. You need to have idea, that's it. No one will ask you to perform all these things as a BA.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
I want you to have some knowledge what happens at the at the tester's end, so that based on that, if at all, if someone gives you the list of requirements and the test cases, you need to review them. Okay, for that, this basic knowledge is important.
Perfect.
So I have explained each and everything in detail. Go through with this. Now the important task is bug life cycle. Now, um, did we discuss anything about bug life cycle in our previous sessions?
No, I don't think.
Hmm. Okay. Shola?
No, we didn't discuss it yet.
Okay, fine. Both of you take your time, go through with this flow diagram, and first let me know your understandings, what is happening in this flow diagram.
Okay.
Done?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So Shola, what do you think? What is happening with this flow diagram? Can you please explain?
Yeah, from the requirement, that's the one on the top. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
After requirements and design, it goes to development,
Mm-hmm.
and from development it goes to M1. I don't know what you meant by M1.
Module.
Module, module 1, okay. So that goes to testing, and at that point, it comes to a decision whether there is a defect or not. So if there is no defect, the testing will be stopped. That means we've achieved the product value. And if there is a defect, we'll open, we'll open a new requirement, go through the requirement, open the testing again, then we go to development. So they will develop it, yes. And after that, it will go through, text with the defects. So if there is no defect, then we'll go on, hold it, yeah, no, exactly. So that means if there is no defect, we'll finish it at a hold, test mistake, and as per design. Then if there is defect, we'll go to rectification, then we'll fix the rectification and come back to the normal process flow of test again, no defect, and stop it. Then if there is defect, yeah, no, calm down. Yeah, okay, exactly. It is really rectified. So if it's really rectified, that all the defects and bugs are actually been cleaned up, we'll go to, if yes, we'll close. And if no, we reopen, we start all over again. Go back to development and start the process again to make sure that it is free of defects and bugs. That's all. Hello? Hello, Ashwini? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here, I'm listening. Okay. Any additions, Zubair?
Yeah, the thing is, first you get the requirements, then you develop the requirements, then start the testing. If you get the defects, then rectify the testing, fix the defect, again test it whether you have few more defects. Then that is the second phase of testing. Then if there's no defect, then stop. If yes, then again go back here to develop. Yeah, and yeah, you want to develop. Okay.
Okay, can you give me some inputs? Rest of the things are fine. Can you make what is happening over here, this part?
Okay.
If yes, explain, or else I'll explain you what is happening here if you're not able to make out.
Okay. Now the thing is, what I think is when you test something, and if there is a defect, we actually want to cross check whether the defect is from the design part or whether it's a tester's mistake.
Okay. Okay.
And so if it's if this whatever requirement is not as per the design, then we can mark that as per the design. And if it's a tester's mistake, then it's a tester's mistake. Otherwise, if you want to hold it, we can still hold and proceed with other test cases.
Okay, okay, fine. Thanks for both of you for your inputs. Now the important one is like usually we start with gathering requirements and developing module-wise segregation and start testing, and we find if there is a defect in testing process, we open that issue and proceed with development again and fix that and stop the testing. If you're not able to find out in the first level, then it's like there's something wrong with that bug or something wrong with the requirement. Again, we'll reopen it. Then majorly there might be three possible cases when we are getting a bug. Those three possible cases are: the first one, it's a tester's mistake, like tester is not able to get the requirement properly, so based on that he'll perform the testing and give a wrong review or wrong details. Okay, so that's a possible case, and it's like agreeable because maybe tester is not completely involved in the requirement gathering session, or like requirements are not properly communicated to the test engineer, so that he needs to go back to the requirement document again. He needs to go through with everything, and accordingly he needs to work on, okay, perform the testing.
Yeah.
It's acceptable. Tester's mistake is acceptable. Then a very rare case is as per the design. If something goes wrong in the design level itself, so obviously the rest of the modules will go wait, right? Based on the design only, you'll be coming up with your modules, and then you proceed with development and then proceed with testing. So this is a very rare case, and this might be a possible case if your chief architects are making some mistakes at the architecture level. Okay? This is also acceptable, but not very much. Okay, just 20% of the chances. And the worst thing is your developer makes me a mistake, because whenever we are done with gathering requirements as a VA, we're handling a proper requirement explanation session with the developers. Once we get the confirmations that they are through with every requirement, then only they start with developing the requirements. Okay, but even then, after they have the complete list of requirements, even then if they turn up with mistakes, that is not acceptable. That's like a blunder. If a developer is doing a mistake on requirement development, it's a blunder at their end. It's a very it's not accepted. And you know what? They won't be ready to accept that they have done a mistake. So till then, it will be on hold. Okay, till they accept, till they work out with some solution, it will be on hold. And once they confirm that it's their mistake, or because of some reason undergo those things, like because of that mistake, they came up with these bugs at the end. Until we get confirmations, it will be on hold. Okay, once we are getting enough resources or enough inputs on how to overcome that problem, then we proceed with rectification. Okay, and fix that issue and proceed with the rest of the steps. So this is what happens in a bug life cycle. So until you fix it, you keep on working in this flow. Okay, I've explained everything here in detail. Just a second. Yeah, see, I've explained everything in detail. You can just go through that again. Now, one more. So Shola, you were talking about this one, right? BVA and ACP?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So any questions on this boundary value analysis or ECP? Or you want me to explain this concept again?
Yeah, it's good to explain, but I have a fair understanding of it. But explain it so that we can learn more.
Okay, okay, perfect. Boundary value analysis is nothing but it's a test design technique. Whenever we have large set of inputs to test on, we need to choose this technique. Okay, this technique majorly concentrate on boundaries of your input values. Okay, for example, look at this requirements. I've already explained this details to Shola. So Zubair, have a glance on these requirements on email text box.
Okay.
Okay, so based on this, our boundary limits are lower boundary plus or minus 1 along with lower boundaries, third, fourth, and fifth characters. Right?
Okay.
Because it should accept minimum 4 and maximum 20. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, middle value based on this is 12th character, and upper boundary plus or minus 1 are 19, 20, 21. Got it?
Okay. Okay.
Now, so once we list out these boundaries, we test at these ends, like email text box, we'll test whether 3 characters are working or not, whether 4 characters are working or not, whether 5 characters are working or not. And based on this, we'll proceed with 19, 20, 21 too. If at all, if these are giving, I mean, if we are using these characters and if it is giving a satisfied result for us, like let's say for example, if for third character it should not work. For fourth and fifth it should work. Similarly, for 19th and 20th it should work. And 21 it should give an error message, right?
Yeah.
In this way, we are testing just the boundaries. We are not bothering about the middle values or rest of the values, what is there from 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 till 18. Okay, we need not test each and every value. If we test at the boundaries and based on that, we can get the analysis. Okay? Got it?
Got it. Yeah.
So along with this, we need to even test the rest of the conditions, right? Whether it is satisfying these 2 conditions or not. So we come up with ECP, equivalence class partition, where we divide the test cases into 2 regions, valid and invalid. Then start listing the valid, and for valid it should accept, and for invalid it should not accept.
Mm-hmm.
That is how we proceed with testing. Okay. Of course, this detailed testing is done by your test engineers. You need to review this, whether it is accordingly developed or not, and tested or not.
Okay.
to get a bug-free environment.
And Ashwini, who develops this BVA and ECP? We develop?
It's done. No. It's done by the test engineers. And if at all, if we are supposed to test something, some text boxes or something, we can also use this BVACP.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Now, let's say, for example, can you show me your screen wireframe on library management?
My screen? Okay.
Yeah. Is it available now?
Yeah, I can just log in 2 minutes. I can log in and show you. Yeah.
Okay, please. I'll give you the control. I want you to share. Yeah, you are the president.
Yeah, this is the page.
Okay. Now, wait. Now, let's see. Do you have any conditions for this name and password fields?
Yeah, the password should be in hash characters, and there should be at least minimum of 8 characters. And
Okay,
username
now, sorry, carry on.
the username can be anything. The password should be hash, and it should be minimum of 8 characters.
Okay, perfect. Now, based on this, for password field, what do you think the boundary values are?
The boundary would be lower boundary would be
7, 8, 9.
lower boundary would be
See, you said minimum 8 characters or maximum 8?
no, sorry, max 8 characters.
Max 8 characters and minimum?
Minimum you can have, no, I think it should be 8 characters, not less than 8 characters.
Okay, 8 characters. And maximum?
It should be max 8 characters only, not less than 8 characters. Okay, do you want to give a range or something?
No, not like that. So you said maximum 8 characters and minimum also 8.
Yeah, it should not be less than 8 and not extend 8 as well. It should be 8 characters.
Not less than, okay, it should be 8. Then
8
obviously your boundary values are like 7, 8 and 9.
Correct.
Okay, if you test at 7, 8, 9 and if it is valid for you, that means, let's say for example, if you start giving 7, okay, and it should not work for you, that should prompt an error message, and if you are giving 8, it should work, and if you are giving 9, it should not work. Okay, these are boundaries, lower boundaries and upper boundaries. And usually, you know what, we use this boundary value analysis to test range of inputs when you have n number of inputs in. But in your case, it is just 3 different inputs. That's it, right? So
yeah,
it won't be feasible for us.
Okay.
So whenever you have so many set of inputs to test on, then you proceed with boundary value analysis.
Okay.
Got it?
Got it. Yeah.
But, Ashwini,
Yes.
so how do we set limits on the wireframe for this kind of boundary?
Like, that's not possible.
It's not possible.
No, that's not possible. Because it's a coding thing, right? You just need to give a notes. That's it. That's the only thing you can do. You won't be able to set limits using wireframe.
Okay.
I hope you got the concept, Zubair, boundary value analysis.
Yeah, I got the concept here.
Okay, if not, I mean, I'll give you some more examples.
Okay.
Okay, so what do you say? You want me to give some more examples, or is it fine for you?
Yeah, like one more example. Let's say, for example, in the same password, if we have a minimum of 5, max of 10, in that case, the lower boundary would be 5.
Minimum of 5.
Yeah.
Lower boundary would be 5, and upper boundary would be 10. And you'll be testing it lower boundary plus or minus 1, upper boundary plus or minus 1. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Let me think. Let me give you a different one. Okay. Let's say we'll go with this, like today's date, or simply a date field.
Okay. Yeah, I have a date field. Inside. Check out. Yeah, this date field.
Okay.
So this date should not be more than today's current date.
Yes. And no, I'm talking about let's say in general some date, some random date like x x x x x x x x. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So let's say for example for months, for a month, what will be your lower and upper boundary?
For March.
No, not for March. For complete month fields.
Okay, complete month. Lower boundary would be 1, upper boundary would be 12.
Okay, and for months, sorry, days.
For days, again, lower boundary would be 1, upper boundary would be 30.
Upper boundary would, and what about for the months if it is having 31 days? And for what about 28 and 29 days for leap year in February? Simple, you just need to give some special conditions. Okay, if at all, if it is a leap year, test for only for February month, it should it should accept 29 days, or else for the rest of the years it should accept 28 days, and it should test for 30, 31 too for every month.
Okay.
Okay, you just need to pass some queries. So that's done by your developers. So this is how you proceed with giving the details. So usually for date field, it is like 1 to 31 is lower boundary is your 1 and upper boundary will be 31. Okay. And if at all, if you have any specific conditions, then you'll put all those things in else conditions. Okay.
Okay. Perfect.
And the year field, let's give a limitation over here, assuming that we are considering only what happens after 2000. So 2000 will be your lower boundary and 2099 will be your upper bound. Okay.
Okay.
So you need not test everything right from 2001, 2, 3, 4, 5 till 99. You just need to test at the boundaries.
Okay. At
Got
the boundaries. Got it.
Yes.
Perfect.
Any more questions?
Yeah. So that is lower boundary will be plus or minus 1 and upper boundary is again plus or minus 1 when I fix the.
So you'll be testing on lower boundary, at the lower boundary, 3 values: lower boundary minus 1, lower boundary plus 1. And at the upper boundary, upper boundary minus 1, upper boundary and upper boundary plus 1. That's it.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now you can stop sharing.
Yeah.
And give me the control.
Yeah. How do I do this?
Click on my name and right click and make me presenter. Thank you. Now, let's work on test case documents. Okay. Usually, we'll be getting test cases from use cases. Are you aware of this?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, first let me define what a test case. A test case is nothing but all possible conditions for a given use case. Okay, let's say for example, your username and password fields. If username is correct and password is correct, that is one test case. If username is wrong and password is correct, that's one more test case. If username is correct and password is wrong, that's one more test case. So your test engineers need to try each and every possible data with the given fields and see what's happening with that.
Okay.
Fine.
Fine.
That's
Yeah.
nothing but a test case. So from use cases, you'll be getting a test case. Look at this template, this test case template which we use in our company. And again, this is prepared by a test engineer. We'll be there to review this document as a BA if at all if there is an error related to requirement. Okay? If it is a development related error, that will be shared with respective developers. So look at
Okay.
this one. First, we need to give the test case details, test case ID, priority level, module name, and a brief description about that, and design by details. Now, there are some preconditions for this test case. What I'm trying to do is, I'm choosing a module under hospital management system where if I give a patient's unique ID on the screen, I need to get the respective patient details on the screen. Okay? And my condition is that patient ID must be 4-digit numerical number. Okay, it should accept only 4 digits, that too numeric one.
Okay.
So I start with entering this unique ID. That is my test type. So test data, I'm giving 1, 2, 3, 4. So based on this, the expected result is it should show me the respective patient details on the screen. This is what I'm expecting, right?
Right.
Now, actual result. Actual result is based on your developer's work. So if at all, if your actual result is also same, like if I'm getting the respective patient details on the screen, then it's a pass case. Like these two should be same. Expected result must match your actual result. Then it's a pass case. Or else it's a fail case. See, if at all, if I'm giving a test data as A as B, initially, as I said, it should not accept other characters other than numeric characters, right?
Okay.
But
Yeah.
if I'm
Right.
giving alphabets like this, and my expected result should be, the system should prompt that it's a wrong ID, that I need to use only a numeric 4-digit ID.
Okay.
But even though the expected, the actual result is like, if it is showing some random patient details based on this input, that means there's something wrong with the development, right? The developers has a mistake.
Okay.
Because it should prompt that there's a wrong ID, but it is prompting with random patient details. These two are
Okay.
not matching. That's the reason it's a fail case.
Correct.
Got it? I have one more example.
Hmm?
Just go through with these two things. This is related to login and the next one is submitting a job form. And let me know if you have any questions.
Ashwini, the second, this 34th row, it says all the fields except one mandatory. It means?
Okay. Look at this one. This one, right?
Yeah, 34th row.
You're, you're asking about this input?
Yeah, this input, yeah. No, 34th, C
Okay.
column, 34th. Yeah, that one. All
Okay,
the fields.
perfect. All the fields except one mandatory. That means the inputs, this is related to this field, right? Test data.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm filling all the details, all the fields except one mandatory. That means I have filled all the mandatory fields, but I've left with one mandatory field. So based on that, the application should prompt that all the fields, all the mandatory fields must be filled, right?
Yes. Okay.
Are
All
you getting
mandatory.
this?
Yeah. Okay. All the fields except one mandatory means one of the mandatory field is kept blank.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it. Yeah.
Now is it making sense?
Yeah. It makes perfect. Yes. That's it.
Okay.
Perfect. So that means whenever there's a data entry page, in this way, this is also very similar to a data entry page, right? So whenever there's a data entry page, we not give a test case for each and every field. The complete page can be a test case.
Yes, it complete page can be a test case. See, it's a random one. And a test
Yeah,
engineer is supposed to do a detailed testing. Each and every field must be tested.
tested, okay. But we
That's the
are not.
difference between the PA testing and test engineer testing.
Okay, so BA testing just does a random testing like this. Like he does only for few, and the test engineer are responsible for each and every field.
Yes, each and every field and multiple test cases like this. And
Oh,
let's say, for example, take the same test data, and if they feel that there's something wrong with the requirement itself, there's a requirement defect, then they'll get back to this is assigned to the BA. Once he clears all his doubts or what exactly the requirement is, then they need to retest on it, okay, and fix that issue.
okay, okay.
Got it?
Got it. Yeah. Perfect. Got it. Yeah.
Chola, any questions?
I'm fine.
So I think Ashwini, like for example, if we have to prepare a test cases for all the fields, BA prepares the test case, or BA will help the test prepare the test cases.
No. BA is not going to help. BA is not going to prepare a case. Only
Uh,
test engineer is supposed to prepare the test cases and see whether everything is working accordingly or not. If at all, if they face a design level error or if they face a code level error, then they'll be assigning that to respective developers. If at all, if it is a requirement level error, like if they are not able to get the requirement, see, let's
yeah.
say that's what I mentioned over here with respect to this example. Then they'll assign that to, or they'll be sending comments to respective BA, business analyst. Okay, I'm talking
Okay.
about these comments.
Oh,
Um,
actually,
Yashoda?
in most of the resumes that we do right, we
Huh?
we claim the role that we prepare the test plan, test case, and test execution.
Yeah, that complete means this document. Okay, you will just execute and see. You are not going to prepare this test case document.
Yeah, what I'm saying now, you said just now that BA is not his function to prepare test cases. But I'm
Yes,
saying that
exactly.
in most of the resume that I as a person as is claiming my responsibility, in those resume I said I prepare test cases, test planning, and as well the execution of the testing, even participated or something like that. So
Yes, I've seen, but
is that out
Shola,
of scope for
actually,
you?
no, this is not done by a B. Okay, test case documents are prepared by a test engineer. You will be there to help, not even helping, you'll be reviewing the things. That's it. Just have a glance, and if at all, if you want to test, you can do this. But this is not a mandatory job for a BA. And it is not a detailed testing also, which a BA is going to do. We just need to do a random testing.
Okay.
So might be that is the reason they wanted to mention that as they have prepared test plans. Part of it, not complete list of things.
Okay. So possibly one can be using the word "I involved in test cases preparation and things like that" instead of putting
Okay,
like.
yeah, perfect. Yeah, that should sounds good. That sounds good. So
Okay.
just now, Zubair was showing his screens, right? Like the wireframes. Uh, at the design level, like UI design level, we may give some inputs, like how, what characters it should accept, or are there any limitations with that specific field in a nodes. So that part we can give, and we test it in test case document whether they have satisfied these things or not. Okay, so till that level we are involved, but we won't be involved in testing each and every test case
Okay.
or preparing a test case like this.
Yeah.
Okay, any questions?
like Ashwini, for example, let's say a test engineer prepares a test case, and for this data entry page only, he prepares all possible test cases, and he gives us to me for review, and I review, and I also do some random testing based on the test cases whatever is given, and if at all there's no, I mean there's no bug, then I just say it's okay, or like do I have to sign off or something?
Oh, no, no, no. You just mentioned your own comments like there's no error and you can proceed with rest of the test cases or like next level testing.
Mm. Okay, next level testing. Okay. Okay.
So see, at times once this is done, you'll be getting integration test details, right? These are like individual test cases, then integration, then system level testing.
Correct. Correct. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah.
Okay. Any more questions? And even test cases are not done in, I mean, this complete document is not done in a single day. As and when you have list of use cases, based on
Yeah.
this, you need to list out test cases and then start working on test case document. It's
Yeah.
like, imagine for a major application which has got hundreds of requirements, it's like never ending process. That's the
Mm.
reason QA team is it plays a major role, but still it's like, you know what, at times I feel tester's job is really hard to find out all these test cases and fix everything.
True.
Usually as a developer, they will be having some list of tasks and they need to work on that. But for a tester, it's not like that. They need more than a developer.
Yeah. So these test
They need
cases
to
are all
think a
for,
lot.
yeah. So these test cases are all for manual testing, right? It's not for automatic testing.
No, no, everything is manual, everything. As a VA, we just will be doing only manual testing. No tools are used.
Correct. Yeah.
And Excel sheet, a proper Excel sheet.
Okay. Test cases are prepared in Excel sheet, not on the Word.
Yes, yes, Excel sheet. I mean, they are prepared in a separate format called as BTT, bug tracking tool. Okay, you might have heard about Jira, Jira. It's just like Excel sheet only.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay. Yeah. Ashwini, one question apart, like it's a different from this topic. Actually, for example, let's say if you're taking requirements and does a BA, like 4 to 5 experienced BA, is it mandatory for this experienced level BA to use any tools for capturing requirements?
Sorry, repeat that.
The thing is, when you're capturing requirements, when you're taking requirements from the stakeholder, is it
Mm.
mandatory for 4 to 5 year old experienced BA?
Mm.
Is it mandatory
Mm.
for this BA to use any tools like let's say IBM Requisite Pro, or that is now the requirements management tool?
MS. Oh, okay, okay.
MS.
No, no, no. Usually at the client side, we'll be having some simple predefined documents. Okay. Again, Excel sheets or Word documents. When you come back to your company with all the requirements, then you will be using Requisite Pro or Visual.
Okay.
Clear quest or no.
Yeah.
Again, make sure that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
Is it mandatory to know Requisite Pro? Because I don't know Requisite Pro. I've just seen Requisite Pro, but I don't
If you
know.
have seen, that's more than enough. It's like Excel sheet only, right?
Yeah, it's like I've just seen. I'm not
And
in.
you'll pass on the comments to respective person. That's it.
Okay, okay.
It's same as Excel sheet. And that's the reason for a BA, if you're aware of MS Office, that's more than enough. MS Office and wireframing tools, okay,
Yeah.
and UML diagrams.
Okay, that is MS Office, MS Word, PowerPoint, and Excel.
Word and Excel, exactly.
Then we have this MS Visio also is fine, right? MS Visio, I know MS Visio, so I can play around with that.
UML, for UML diagrams.
Yeah. And the wireframes also, I can do the same thing, like static wireframes in Visio.
Static, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's look into a traceability matrix.
Yeah, Ashwini.
Yes, Shola.
Have you worked on HP Quality Center?
Quality Center?
Yeah.
Okay. HP Quality Center, partially, not completely. But again, it's a manual, right?
How does it work? How does it operate?
How does you operate? Like, I didn't get you. Like, you want me to show that the process, or like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
want to?
If you do have it.
No, no. Right now, I don't have it with me. Of course, it's a different thing, right? Like, I need to work. I mean, I'll be having that in my work environment, not here, not with my own laptop. If you want, I'll show some basic test cases, clarity test details. Okay, wait, I'll show you some details. Some testing documents.
Okay.
So based on the scope details, you need to finalize whether everything is perfectly done or not. See, this is a tester's document. If I start explaining this, it will be a lot of new terms for you again.
Yeah.
The activity needs again. When you're going to start this, end this, and based on this, whatever you have prepared, you need to list out the remarks. No. Yes, I test strategy. This is my master test plan details. So it's like still continuing. So the inputs are from HPQC only. You just copy paste it in a document and give the status details.
Okay.
No problem, Shola. I'll find out something. I mean, I'll up with something for you on HPQC. You worked on that, right? I've seen your resume.
Yeah, you see, yes, based on my resume, I've worked on it, but in real life, I've not.
Okay, fine. No issues. I'll get it for you.
Okay.
Ashwini, is this
Once we're done.
HPQ is for BA, like for testing?
No. It's for test engineers.
For test engineers, okay.
I'm showing you some test documents, okay?
Okay.
I guess Arjun is having a proper video, maybe because he deals with testing classes too, right? Let me find out.
Mm-hmm.
Did he share any testing related documents with you?
He shared the videos, manual testing videos.
Okay, but I haven't received them. Can you please share the same videos with me?
Yeah, sure. I'll share it.
Okay. And now we'll go with traceability matrix.
Yeah. Actually, sorry, I just remembered and I want to add that in all our discussion, we didn't really do anything on business case.
Business case?
Yeah.
What is a business case?
But I think that's the beginning of a BA job, justifying documents.
Of course, I have assigned something on that. You remember the FRB project? That's the business case, right?
Yeah.
I wanted you to list them. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, I can't remember that we actually discussed about it in this course.
No. Actually, Shola, see, I've given you a business case and I wanted you to list out all the requirements, enhancements, assumptions, dependencies, right? That is what you do for a business case, and from business case, you'll be getting multiple use cases.
But do you have a document to share on that?
You mean to say definition?
Well, as a business skills template, a document for business.
No, as such, no template. It just, see, it's like at the high level, we talk about a functionality as a business case, and then we proceed with segregating that to multiple functionalities. Each and every functionality will be a separate use case for you.
Okay, because I'm thinking a business case is also a deliverable for a BA. It will show the cost and benefit. It will show the risk, the everything that will justify a project to be done. That's my understanding.
Sorry, repeat that.
I'm saying that for a business case, that it goes beyond the high level and the low level document.
Got it. Okay, I'm talking about the same thing. See, I've given you the scenario. This is business case only. Business problem or business case. This is the high level problem.
Okay.
Yes, I did remember to finish. Thanks for the concern. Okay, just give me 2 minutes, okay? We'll continue tomorrow. Let me finish this pic.
Okay.
So Shola, so this is the business problem, okay? In a high level, we need to involve in discussions like how exactly we can solve this problem. So as a business analyst, you remember I have assigned this task to you. I need to prepare discussions. I need to discuss on assumptions, dependencies, requirements. Yes, Zubair?
Yeah, actually, I'm
I
seeing this
even wanted you to come up with the screen also, the expected screen.
for this one.
No,
Yes.
I think I can't remember that we discussed this. Maybe, I don't know. I can't remember it. Yeah.
Like yeah, when I didn't
Is it?
see. Yeah.
We haven't. We didn't discuss it.
Okay, wait, no issues. See, maybe I missed it. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry for that. See, actually, there's a company, FRB, okay? They want to come up with a new portal for their HR department, okay? This is the existing portal, and they want to make some changes or enhance the existing model. So this is my business problem, a business case. Okay? Just have a glance on this problem now.
So tiny, I can see it.
Oh, let me.
Send it to us now, so that we'll look at it and come back on it, what we need to do.
Perfect. Yeah, that will work. Yeah, let me do it now itself. And we'll work on this traceability matrix tomorrow. Okay?
Perfect. Yeah. Perfect.
Okay.
Okay then. Bye for now.